Welcome back, so happy to see you again, and yes, this is not clickbait. Somewhere when I was like 4 or 5 years old, I learned the child version of Transcendental Meditation thanks to my wonderful parents, the TM teachers. And in case you don't know what TM is, it's one of the most popular meditations out there. Tons of people around the world are practicing it. You can pretty much learn it in any country, and there are tons of famous people doing it, all from the Beatles, Ray Dalio, David Lynch, Tim Ferriss, Katy Perry, Clint Eastwood, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, and many more. And when I was somewhere between age 4 and 5, I learned the child version of that. And because I was so young at the time, it was not like sitting down for 20 minutes, but more like walking around for like 5 minutes. And to be honest, I don't really remember exactly how it was. But when I was 10 years old, I learned the standard meditation, which is 20 minutes twice a day. Then when I was 18, I became eligible for an advanced version, which is called the TN City program. And after 5 months of instructions here and there, I learned it, and oh boy, it was a huge difference at the time. I felt like a completely new person. I still at 24 years old do the advanced version every day. It takes like 2 hours to do, but it gives me massive return back in terms of time and attention. Since meditation has become quite popular nowadays within the self-improvement space on YouTube, I want to share with you in today's video the 5 big benefits I gain every day from meditation. Although I've only done TM and not other meditations like mindfulness, Vipassana, or the one from Sam Harris, I think you will experience somewhat the same benefits as well. Number 1, enhanced self-awareness. When I was a little child, I was somewhat autistic. Whether I was in school or at home, I was pretty much in my own bubble, acting out some kind of virtual fantasy world and not really relating to other people as much. A lot of times I was not even aware of what I was doing when I was by myself, whether it was grinding teeth, which I did a lot unfortunately, walking around in circles, or just uncontrollably moving my arms to sort of paint the picture of all the fantasies I had. All that started to disappear, and I became a somewhat normal behaving person in my teenage years, mostly due to increased commitment to meditation. I could start breaking out from my bubble and see the real world for the first time, realize all the bad habits I was doing, and could behave somewhat normally now. What meditation gave me and still gives me is this enhanced self-awareness. It feels almost like I'm monitored by a camera all the time, and I'm observing it and myself at the same time, knowing when I'm doing something and can intervene whenever something happens, whether I feel somewhat frustrated in that situation or something went wrong and stuff like that, some mistakes. This is extremely valuable when it comes to learning skills fast, since you want to pay attention to all the negative feedback and errors and then course correct as soon as possible. And the faster I was able to find out like, now I'm a little bit frustrated or worried or scared, whatever, and see it as valuable information to grow from, the more my productivity has skyrocketed. And I'll make a future video about how I use negative emotions as opportunities. Number 2, it's extremely good for mental health. So whenever they teach meditation, and now I'm talking specifically TM, they often use the analogy of the ocean. On the surface there could be waves and storms, but at the bottom it's quiet and calm. When we are normally awake, we are at the surface of the ocean, like swimming around and experience all kinds of pleasures and pains. But when we meditate, we go inward, we experience a kind of inner calm, this feeling of, I'm home. Because we are so relaxed at that point, the body gets a chance to relax as well and release those tensions that we've accumulated throughout the day and even past events. You can also observe your thoughts but not react to them, and therefore they no longer have the power over you. So in other words, this is very good for mental and physical health. You become calm, you not get as affected by all the what ifs and threats that we all tell ourselves, and get some kind of upper hand in life. And I'll tell you this, during my 24, almost 25 years to this earth, I have many reasons that are worth mental health, like being somewhat different as a child, failing spectacularly on stage in front of hundreds of people 3 times, failed a driver's license 6 times, played the game up to 16 hours a day at one point, and now living month to month on only $400. Yet I've never been depressed, never been burnt out, Never had any panic attack or mental breakdown, or just almost never crying in general. I think meditation plays a large part in that, but of course right now, you come here every day and motivate me beyond belief, you have no idea. Number 3, it restores energy. So I do my daily meditation first thing in the morning and somewhere between the afternoon when I feel somewhat tired. When I wake up, I'm like everyone, absolutely drowsy and eager to snooze. But after that 1 hour, I know who I am, I get good insights, and feel so ready to tackle the day, like going to the gym, going for a walk, or just straight talking to you after making breakfast. And no, I don't drink coffee usually. Then in the afternoon, I've been working and working out quite intensely up until that point. So somewhere around 2 hours after our lunch, I feel the need to somewhat recharge. And then after my second round of meditation, I'm loaded back up. I can then do another deep work session, eat dinner, work again full speed all the way to 8 p.m. when I do hot bath and go to sleep. So as you can see, these meditation sessions act as some kind of a pit stop. I don't get drowsy or start doing mindless compulsion because I've become somewhat rested. Rather than taking lots of things or giving in to the common saying that we can only work effectively 4 hours a day, I somewhat hacked it and going non-stop anyway, which brings beautifully to my 4th point, which is that it's extremely productive. Especially for me now, doing these 2 hours every day can seem like madness from an outside perspective. It's like, do I really have enough time for this? But as I already told you, with the time I do have, I'm able to sort of trigger a flow state on command, whether I'm on the sofa or on the bus. And most of the preparation for you happens when I'm on the bus, by the way, crowded with people. So I just want to let you know it's quite a productive place for me. There are also some books written about meditation's effect on the brain and our ability to perform. And it's quite evident if you see it logically, like the more you introspect, know more about yourself and your thoughts, and get the chance to relax, you become more productive, plus the extra time for reflection to know what to do in the first place. Number 5, it enhances creativity. Some of my happiest and most creative moments happen during meditation. It's like somehow I see everything much clearer, but also get some kind of suggestions in the form of random thoughts and associations in my brain that passes by. And this is pretty much how I continuously add topics to talk about with you every day. And as I mentioned in the video right here about creativity, which is in itself a quite creative video, so check it out, it enhances the divergence part, which is basically how good that you're associating, but also convergence, which is like the focus and how you ultimately select one. So whether you call yourself not creative or highly creative, or in my case so creative that I was awkward as a child, meditation can certainly come to the rescue whenever you need a good idea or solution. And I'll finish this video with a bonus benefit, which is more specific to TM, the one that I use. There are research that states that TM has a significant effect on how peaceful, less violent society can be, and I'll leave links in the description for you to check out. So there are multiple gatherings and groups around the world where people sit together and simply meditate. I've been to these environments multiple times, and the last I've been in such a gathering was in beautiful Romania back in May last year. There were roughly over 100 people there around the world, and the atmosphere was very good. Lots of likable people doing various professions. It gives a sense of community that can help boost this practice. So if you happen to be a TM meditator already and haven't gone to such gatherings, you will not be disappointed, that's what I can say. So hopefully I got you more interested now in what meditation can do and why people who do it regularly speak so highly about it. And although I personally have no experience in other meditation forms, I think they're very good too. And it's very easy to start whether you like Headspace, Waking Up, or just searching on YouTube. But again, if you want to do what I and these celebrities here are doing, you can check out the website where you can find out where the nearest teacher is. And there are online solutions to do this as well. As always, I'm interested to see what you thought about it. Are you a meditator or an aspiring one? And if you're a meditator, maybe tell a bit about your experience. No matter who you are, I thank you for taking the time to stick around so far, and always remember that you are the most amazing human being alive.